Hello everyone, this is Ken with Power Source Electric, and thanks for coming to our site, powersourcetutorials.com, and checking out this video on smoke detectors. With a smoke detector, every house has one. If you don't have one, we need to get some in there. The rules and regulations change over the years on smoke detectors, and they're different for whatever age your house is. But we're going to concentrate on the smoke detector, making sure it's working properly, making sure that if you need to replace the battery, you know where to replace the battery at. If you have a backup battery, smoke detector, which I would highly recommend. Also, if you need to replace the wiring to the smoke detector, how it's connected into the box. And maybe you just had some trouble with your smoke detectors. Maybe one night you got up and a smoke detector was going off. You check for fire, there's no fire, there's nothing wrong, you don't see anything wrong, but the smoke detector is going off and it's just annoying you and you don't know what to do. So you rip them off the wall because you don't know how to turn them off. Now you've got wires dangling from your ceiling, no smoke detector, and your house isn't protected. And we don't want that. We don't want you to go unprotected in your home not having a smoke detector. So let's take a look at the different parts. I'm going to open one up out of the box, and we're going to see what different parts come. You just buy them from the store. And I'm not going to talk about any particular brand. I'm just talking about smoke detectors in general. They pretty much all have the same parts. So open one up. First thing I pull out is a wiring harness. I'm going to show it to you right here. It has three different wires to it. It has a red wire, black wire, and a white wire. I know that I'm going to look at the instructions, make sure what each one of these wires go to. And this one, the white wire is going to my neutral, black wire is going to my hot, and the red wire is for the interconnect that connects all of my smoke detectors together. So taking a look at this wiring harness, I know what each one of those wires go to because I've read the manufacturer's instructions, and I'm not going to have any problem when I go to connect it. The other part of the smoke detector is the mounting plate. This plate right here just mounts directly to the ceiling. There's screw holes in it. There's a hole right in the middle. So the wiring can come down, you can make your connection. And so that's simply just the mounting plate for the smoke detector. The next part is the smoke detector itself. It's going to come out in a plastic bag. The plastic bag is to make sure there's no dust getting into the smoke detector. Now in your home, you've been living in your home maybe 5, 10, 15 years, there's been dust in your house. And it can get into the parts of the smoke detector. It can cause the smoke detector to be clogged, malfunction, and the smoke detector is not working properly. So we want to make sure that we're able to replace it, to maintain it. It's something that you can do yourself. It's not a, you don't have to call an electrician and spend a lot of money to replace a smoke detector unless it's really high up and you can't get to it, you don't feel comfortable with it, then I would recommend you call an electrician to take care of that for you. But it's definitely one of those things that with home maintenance you can take care of yourself. So let's take a look at how a smoke detector is mounted in the ceiling and where the wires are connected and what those wires are for. Also, maybe let's take a look at the battery hatch that goes to the smoke detector. Alright, let's take a look at a smoke detector. I've pulled one down out of the ceiling. We're first going to notice from the top down, we're going to notice we have the mounting plate already screwed up into the ceiling. That's going to support the fixture, so we can just put it in place, take a turn on it, and it's going to stay mounted. Notice the wiring coming down. Those are the wires inside the house, the power wire, the neutral wire, and the wire that interconnects. Now the interconnect wire that's coming out of the ceiling is red, the power wire is black, the white wires are neutral, and you'll notice that there's no ground coming out. The smoke detector in particular doesn't have a ground. You'll see that the ground wire is present inside the box, you can see that there, but there's no place to connect it to the smoke detector. So that ground wire stays tucked up into the box and it's not connected to the smoke detector. There's no metal parts to it, it's all plastic. This particular smoke detector is not going to have a need to be grounded. Coming down off of the yellow wire nuts where it's connected into the wiring harness, you'll notice that that wire is yellow. The previous one that we were looking at was red, but it can come in different colors, and you'll notice there's a tag on the yellow wire that's indicating that wire is for interconnect. Coming on down, you'll notice the wiring harness is plugged directly into the back of the smoke detector. Just like a plug, just plugs right in. Not a big deal to it. And underneath, we're going to take a look, and you'll see that there's a battery right in there. So this smoke detector is battery backup. That means that if power goes out in my house, I know the smoke detector is still going to work. If all of a sudden there's a storm, power goes out, and we still want to stay protected. We want to make sure that there's going to be no fire in our home. So those are the different components. You can see them mounted up in the ceiling. And let's take another look at the one we just pulled out of the box. All right, so we've seen how the smoke detector is mounted up on the ceiling. We've seen the wires coming out through the opening in the mounting plate, and taking a look how it plugs right into the back. I want to give you a little bit closer look of how that plug looks. Here's our smoke detector we pulled out of the box. You can notice right in the bottom of it, you'll see 3 prongs. They're located right here. And then you'll see our bracket right here. Just plugs in just like you would plug into a wall outlet, plugging it right into the back of the smoke detector. Also in the front of the smoke detector, the brand new ones are going to have a tab, yellow tab. This tab, once you pull this tab out, it activates the battery. Right now, they didn't want, when it was packaged, to have the battery energized the entire time, and then once you pick up the smoke detector, the battery's dead. So once you pull this tab, the battery is activated and everything should be good with your smoke detector. Now, just on a note, when you're testing your smoke detector or your smoke detector gets activated, all of the smoke detectors are going to go off in your house. First thing you do is you get out of the house. You make sure there's no fire. You get out of the house, you call the fire department, and you have them check it out for you, because there could be something you just don't see. That smoke detector is detecting combustible products. It's detecting that there's a problem in your house. Maybe it's just a bad smoke detector, but you want to make sure that you and your family are safe first. So I appreciate you taking a look at our video on smoke detectors. If you have any question, if you have a comment, if there's something I didn't cover in this video that you would like more information on, please contact me. You can catch me on Twitter, Facebook. You can leave a comment on the website. But I'd like to hear from you. I'd like to get your feedback and let me know if there's something more that I can do to serve you. Thanks for coming and checking out our video on smoke detectors, and I look forward to hearing from you.